Your shit off the frame, but don't need.
Yeah. Lies.
Anybody more? I like how you can hit it.
Hit the button.
Push the button.
All the buttons.
Tampa Bay Breakfast Club with your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Ed, man.
This program is being brought to you as part of the Newman's Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that.
We'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool. Because smart is
The new
gangster.
Baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know.
Now you know. It's Wednesday. What's on your mind Wednesday, y'all?
Man, it's what's on your mind every day around here.
Every day?
is it?
Man.
No, it's money making.
No day specific.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
what's on your mind. But I hear you though. It is kind of a theme. I see the theme.
Don't confuse people.
I ain't trying to.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day, man. Around here.
Every day. What's on your mind? So what's on your mind this morning? How you feeling?
What you got?
I'm feeling pretty good overall.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Monday was a big day.
It was a big
Yeah.
day. I would like to personally thank everybody for like all the phone calls, the text messages, the inboxes, all the concerns. And what I do
Just
say
for pictures.
for kicks and giggles. I feel everybody's disappointment.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as disappointed as you are, you can imagine where we sit at because the disappointment is even higher over here.
Mhm.
Yesterday, my brother had to like literally have the conversation with his kids.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
And the excitement, because not only were we working, our families was, and everybody's invested in the dream.
No, hands on. Yeah.
And the vision. And my niece, which like really breaks my heart, was like, Daddy, you not working with the city?
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought like I was gonna be able to sit into one of the meetings.
Right.
You know what? Like she had so many questions. My nephew did. And if you know anything about my brother, like his kids is his life.
Oh, yeah.
And to see the disappointment and hurt on them is another level. And so with that right there, it don't only affect us.
Yeah.
And this is a message to adults when we're moving selfishly and we're not putting the goal as the top priority.
Making the number one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We find that it hurts more than just you and I.
This been coming up in a few spaces I've been in. When the elephants fight, the grass suffers, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
an African proverb.
Yeah.
Proverb, and it's been something that I've seen in a couple.
We're living those proverbs, really.
And I mean, that's on all spectrums. When you talk about like the political spectrum, the back and forth, and that's one of the things that I've been really focused on is like, how can we resolve some conflict and trying to get in front of a lot of this stuff before it starts? and just naming the out points and saying, man, look, we can create some space.
You do, and what I would suggest to anybody, like we said, is once you see something small, go ahead and attack it. Don't let it grow. Like if it's a toad, don't
overreact, but don't not act on it.
Yeah. That's
don't act like it didn't happen, because that's one of the things I was just going to say. I really commend you, because we didn't even talk about this before we pressed the button.
Yeah,
and I really commend you by not pretending like Monday didn't happen.
Yeah.
Right. That's a small thing that means a big deal.
Yeah.
You didn't pretend like what happened didn't happen, and we didn't talk about this. We didn't talk about this. And that's why I wanted to stop you there and give you your props on that.
Yeah.
Because that's big.
Yeah.
Because I'm not pretending like we just didn't go through this.
Right.
Let me tell you since what you on my mind, and I appreciate you for that, because we're helping kind of get clarity.
Yeah.
Right.
And then through clarity, we can move forward. This is not like about blaming and bashing people, because y'all took the high road.
So let's look again. What's on your mind? Even with that, one of the things that I always default and talk about is the difference between responsibility and blame. You know what I'm saying? Because blame is when you pointing fingers and all that, but when you get out of the blame space and you just looking at responsibility
and whose responsibility is what?
What was you responsible for? What was I responsible for? That's another one of those.
And where are the out points?
Yes.
Like, let's really look at it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What you responsible for? What was I responsible for? Right. And let's find the out points. And I think, Brother John, that's something that you really helped me with on a personal and professional level.
Right.
Just to do that.
Yeah.
Just what happened? Okay, who was supposed to get the food, Jabbar? I'm talking about great event. Yeah. We did our thing, and when we going back doing them pluses and deltas, Jabbar.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Did you did you get a count? Why didn't you buy no food?
When you talk about like responsibility, I felt like I owed the community that, what I mean? And this, to be honest, this was not a selfish decision. As a matter of fact, this was one of the hardest decisions I had to do.
Oh, I know it was. We know.
I know, like,
and we know all the steps that was taken.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's a lot of it, because it was so respectfully done.
Yeah.
In my mind, and the way that we did it, because we wanted it to be strictly like to the facts and go from there, and where it doesn't tear the community apart, but acknowledge the mistakes and the things that happen, that like people are calling like, hey, like, what can we do to fix this? And I'm like, to be honest, like, I wish I had an answer, because everything that I thought like in my arsenal and people that I truly trust in their arsenal, like pulled out. When I say mediation, just continue to work. Like if they would have responded to the last request, and this was 2 requests for mediation to get this right, I wouldn't have made that statement. We wouldn't, because it left me in a space that I couldn't leave the community hanging.
Yeah, because that's usually what happened. Like, usually that kind of stuff would happen, and then it happens inside conversations, and then people have questions,
and then the community never know nothing,
or what they think they know.
It's the rumor mill. Yeah, it's the rumor mill.
So absolutely, definitely appreciate that. One of the things that I got too was a question somebody was asking about, like, the parade moving forward, like, just straight up, like what are we doing? Are we supporting the parade? And I'm like, yeah.
And let me
wait.
I mean,
come on.
There were people that was like, so what are we doing?
We are for the betterment of this, and we for them. Even we got to get past the point where we can't offer our criticisms and our points of view without throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Right.
Because I don't like what y'all did doing MLK, don't mean I'm not gonna be there. That don't mean I don't like you.
Right.
I don't like what you did.
It was somebody who was like, they planning on walking and being in the parade.
Yeah, we slide.
Like, hey,
we slide.
No, I'm like, no.
We slide.
So I just want to be clear.
I'm glad you said that, because I got quite a few phone calls saying like, hey,
what it is,
like what we doing. And honestly, what we're doing is still standing in unity.
Yes, we're doing
right.
it.
And what we're doing is still showing up
That's
for
right.
the parade because it's bigger than me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's bigger than Corey. Like it's bigger than Jerish Martin. It's bigger than Corey's World. It's bigger than any organization that has anything to do it. This is our community.
Yeah.
And that's the reason
Yes.
why I stepped in
Yes.
to do the MLK parade because I love our community.
Absolutely.
You know, and so I'm not telling nobody to boycott. Go out there and do it.
Man, listen. Listen.
We don't act like these conversations are not
We
happening.
will be broadcasting live like the Macy's parade, like we do every year. Yeah, it'll be us on the big chairs, the high chairs.
Yeah.
Big shots out to Urban Drinkery for sponsoring the
big chairs.
Listen, we had the big chairs out there, y'all, because we taking this serious. We on the corner just like they be on Macy's Day.
Yeah.
That's us, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Look forward to that. We're gonna be there.
And I want this to be
You can
we
support.
want it to be successful and we want it to be a learning moment for the community.
I think it really was.
You know what I mean?
think it really
but
was.
What I am gonna tell you is when we left is that you stand up for yourself. It doesn't matter. And you don't it doesn't have to be messy for you
That's
to
right.
It doesn't have to be messy.
Well, because they were looking for some mess. I was
Right.
these phone calls, and I'm like, man, what y'all thought? Like, y'all don't, like if y'all don't know that we love our community and love our people by now, then you never really gonna get it,
right?
Because they was like, oh well, it didn't go left, and it's like, what did you expect? Like we are professionals,
and I will tell you this:
like we do this for real in real life.
And the most people who made those phone calls, like, when you look at like, oh, it didn't go messy and all this other stuff, because you hear, if you listen back to it, there was no name calling.
Yeah.
Man, my dog asked, who are we talking about?
Yeah.
Listen, my dog, man, me and my dog sitting back and just tell me who are you talking? Who was it?
Yeah.
Who was it? I'm like, man, I felt like I was in interrogation in. I didn't know what to say.
It's principles. You know what I mean?
Principles.
You want to understand that it's a principle, and you can apply those principles to any situation, any scenario.
Yeah.
And it just you know that's the other part you talk about learning. Like sometimes God puts you in these spaces to be an example for other people,
right?
And tell that story.
And it's never comfortable when you being the example.
And then if you don't tell the story, you ain't completing the other half of.
And you're not.
The blessing.
I can take some. When I look at it, I can take some responsibility, and I will say, like, a part of
I hear that
when you look at it, because I see like the comments, who had the contract?
Yeah,
like I see that, right?
Yeah,
and I will say the other party was the headliner of the contract, right? And I will say where I went wrong is that I trusted that what we talked about was going to be in the contract because, and I stress, not only was this a 30-year friendship, this is somebody that I've always done business. I've been doing business with. So I never thought that I would, and so this is me. So I'm going to tell you what I'm taking from this is it don't matter who you is, you dot your I's and cross your T's to make sure. But once the ball was rolling, I still didn't mind about because I knew what the contract looked like, right? But my name was in the contract. So let me say
it wasn't in the spot where you wanted.
Right.
I get it. It's the framework.
It was the framework, right? And so, but all parties knew that.
Yeah.
And if you look at that, we signed the contract with the city, and we talked about it like August. We also signed our MOUs after that contract was signed. So everybody knew this. We didn't sign this prior to the sign of the contract with the city. I signed my MOU stating all this on September 6th. I went back and actually looked at it when it was filed by all parties. So everybody knew what that contract looked like. And the contract that we came with, the MOU, and I'll say that right because people gonna
memorandum of understanding.
Right.
That's what the MOU is.
Right.
What you think?
It's a memorandum of understanding. It's the framework for the contract.
And we went through that on Monday. But so we signed that on like I say, September. In September.
Yeah.
And that was a collective that not only I, my brother, the rest of the team did that. And that MOU wasn't sent from me. That was sent from the other team.
Yeah.
They took what we said and drafted it and sent it, and
everybody agreed on that document on September. Right. The October document isn't the one that was.
And then so this is in September.
Yeah.
And then we get to October 30th.
Okay.
When we get another contract that looks totally different from the MOUs, and mind you, all the work has been done. Yeah. So you're trying
to change the contract after 80% of the work has been completed.
We're from September when we signed our MOUs to October 30th.
So what's the lesson in that?
Is again. I thought I dot my eyes. And sometimes I know that there's.
But sometimes there's some things you can't have control over, no matter what you do.
And that's when you realize that it's not you.
Yeah, that's when you gotta let it go.
When you start understanding the bigger picture. That's why I said sometimes you go through things and you experience things, even when you do all that you can.
Sometimes
what God has for you is for you, and what He don't want you to have, can't nobody give you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes, no matter how much you do the right thing and how many precautions you take, there's somebody that'll break that precaution and break that.
There is, because when you
guess what? There's remedies for that. But then that's why you just don't blame yourself, because I think signing the MOU and waiting to prepare and getting in a rush situation, y'all was in a high pressure situation due to how it was put together.
Yeah.
Y'all were responding to a lot of pressure, and that part is kind of going unnoticed.
Yeah.
This was a high pressure, high value situation that y'all were thrust into, and it didn't have to be that way.
Right.
It could have been done multiple different ways.
Right.
And the problem is y'all are shouldering all the responsibility now.
Yeah.
Right.
But really, it's not all y'all.
Yeah.
Right. It's some responsible parties.
Right.
There's some responsible parties.
But that's what happens when you come to the table and you mediate.
Right.
You're able to look at, okay, well, what's your responsibility? And then you're able to, like you talked about earlier, you're able to find the out points.
And you
have to be able to come to the table and have those conversations, because if you don't, now you thinking one thing, they thinking another. You got to just get in the room and sit down and have them conversations.
And this is true. And because these are and I'm going to tell you, because all this came in, and since I made it public, I'm okay with talking about it and transparency, because I want this to be a learning lesson.
Yeah, we hear that.
Right. And so people asked, why didn't we send back another, negotiate the contract that they sent? And I will tell you why we didn't negotiate the one in October 30th, because it looked nothing like what we discussed. And so you didn't send me a real Come back. Like, we need to see that.
When you go to grandma and grandma look at you got out.
But no, so the point of going in and sending a counter contract made no sense in our eyes, because it didn't look anything like what we discussed. And so go back to the table, and even if you change some of the MOs, you still, it need to resemble what we discussed.
You already have an agreement,
right?
You have an understanding,
right?
And so now when you take the understanding and you give me a whole different thing, I'm not going to talk to you even about this thing,
right?
Because we have an understanding. Let's go back to that as the basis.
Right.
But I think that's when the communication broke down. Yeah. And that's when I think the problems really started. Right. And from my outside looking in.
I would say once we start, and so here's another lesson for you, is that we did those MOUs in the beginning, and then as soon as a lawyer came in, I will tell you this, then advised that this wasn't favorable, or you didn't have to honor this.
But hold on, that's communication.
No, but
that's when the communication, even if a third party add communication.
Right. So this is why. So that's my.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear though. Yeah.
And so when you bring and because my attorney, because we all got attorneys involved, and the one thing that they said is, like, when attorneys get in, a lot of times stuff get messed up.
Yeah. So if you're tuning in now, if you just joining us, on your mind Wednesday with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, we really doing a follow-up conversation to what we talked about Monday. We did a community update on the MLK parade and Kiana and Corey's World, Jarish Martin and Corey's World Inc. They're stepping away from it. And since that conversation we had on Monday, a lot of people have been asking questions, and so we're responding to some of the questions that have been coming in from people after Monday's interview. Just to
kind of just recap, right?
Yeah.
And then another thing. So and I understand attorneys is hired to make sure that their client is in the best situation possible. And when you're
they are known to create rather more income for themselves.
Right.
Yeah. See they started a problem that will ensure they will be getting some more money. see once you look behind the curtain, you see that the emperor has no clothes on.
Yeah. They run up. So we're gonna continue. I mean, it's a whole lot. It is. That needs to be done. That needs to be said.
Because it is.
Man, the lawyers getting paid. That's what they finna get. Now they got a line item in that money. That line item that was supposed to be going to y'all, they're gonna give it to the lawyer now. He will get billable hours. Right? This is the understanding of the situation.
Go ahead, my brother.
But I'm just saying because now what every consultation, every email is billable hours and billable time. These lawyer hours are $300 to $400, right? $450, right? That's just the low lawyers, right? And then guess what? Now they're charging you 10, 20 hours a month, right? Now guess what? Y'all file something, you got to pay your lawyer. Right, his lawyer got to file something to respond. They got to get the paralegal to look it out, and now that paralegal money getting on up. That's who's sending you the emails. You better not get a letter from the lawyer because the lawyer charging for that email.
Everything they sending.
And guess what? Now that's just weighing down this whole process. Right. Because now you better off with just handling business with your partner.
You are, but I would.
You get what I'm saying?
It really was. With that being said, because we were in a good space until somebody, and I would say any two people can work it out. It's the third person, right?
No, the third party.
Another thing, a takeaway is make sure like you have your paperwork. Do the document trail. Do not don't slip on sending emails and being transparent because if you do not have that documentation, your word can be questioned. You know, and because and on Monday I kept on saying like everything we said, we have receipts. There's a timeline. I can show every step that was done to plead and beg. Let's put the community first. And I kept saying it. We got to put the community first where it was ignored. And the heartening part is because we didn't do anything to anybody but work.
Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, y'all better be careful because y'all might be sending some lawyer kids to college with this whole thing. Walk light and step hard.
So we do want to make a few announcements. We can
talk more
about this on the back end.
Yeah, we can.
I want to remind people that Jamaica,
yes,
that we talking about here on radio. We're doing some relief. You got the
yes. Oh no, this is Saturday. Island Jam in the Park takes place on Saturday, December 27th, right here at 99 Jam Studio, 3651 42nd Avenue South, St. Pete, Florida. Come on out. Caribbean Relief Drive. Bring cases of water, canned food, non-perishable foods, baby food, and toddler stuff. Right? There will be that was me. It was toiletries. Thank you, Brother John.
I know toddler stuff wasn't on there. We do need toddler stuff.
Yes, toddler stuff is what we need, but toiletries is the word that I couldn't figure out under pressure. Hey, there will be entertainment, refreshment starting at 11 a.m. This will be a family-friendly community event, and that's December 27th, Saturday, right here at 99 Jams Care Festival Radio.
All right, and I'm reading the comments. When we come back, like after
Okay.
the 8 o'clock, stay tuned. I'll answer it because I'm seeing like sometimes it's best to have the lawyers up front. I 100% agree.
Yeah, depending on who you.
But we can't. Yeah. No, not it. Don't be.
But then it's right back to the conversation I just said.
Yeah.
You're gonna end up taking and paying for that lawyer's child's college.
Yeah.
But here's what.
But you might end up getting your money too, so it might be worth it.
It might be worth it.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's the thing that's coming up for me. Black money movement. I'll say that, and then y'all can just figure out how this gonna connect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But our community, we have everything that we need.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have lawyers in our community.
Mm-hmm.
We just bring them to the table and say, hey, man, we having this challenge. You know, what's your view? And if our lawyers that are in the community are for the community, then they'll come down. We don't have to worry.
No. We gotta pay them people. No. So once we get them involved, they have to get paid, just like we asking the other people to get paid. But no. And we can ask them to charge us their price. But part of the Black money movement is that our intent is to pay them just like we paying them other people, and we're not gonna ask them to do nothing for us. And if they choose to,
can I tell you this? The difference between our lawyers and those other people, because I'm with you, pay people what they worth.
Pay them people, man.
But here's the thing. They're not going to continue to keep it going so they can run up a check.
That's all on them. That's all on them. Because the business, when they go to school, they learn how to run up billable hours. There's a class on that they got to pass.
As a community, saying, okay, you're our community lawyer.
And I would say
we pay you for a fair exchange, but don't do what they do. What they talk to us.
I hear that. I hear you. Redefine what's cool.
Run it all the way up.
Yeah, redefine what's cool.
You don't have to run it all the way up.
Yeah.
You can us all this out. You can just read this and tell us what it is. And we're going to pay you for that, but don't do us like they'll do it.
Don't do it because
we redefining what's cool.
And because you said that, you're right. Typically, is billable hours. But you could say like the lawyer said, I'm gonna
But you're right. I hear that.
For this project, I'm gonna for
help
anything here. This is my flat fee, and I don't care what we're doing. This is where we're at with it, and I'm gonna rock with you on that.
And then the other part of it, you think about the disagreement is so small. Like this ain't a big disagreement.
No, it's really not.
Like you need a whole lot of legal.
No. This big dog stuff here. This multi-year lawsuit stuff. What you talking about? Somebody can't go to college off this. I'm just saying. For the process. When you play the process. When you play the process, we're gonna do this, and then we start this paperwork, and then we have these hearings, we have this discovery, we have these this, we have these that. Man, that should be 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road.
It will be more expensive, though, trying to remedy the problem versus drafting the contract. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
yes, the front work better than the back work. I hear that. Yeah,
you do it on the front.
Yes,
and that's what I'm
saying. The front work.
We get community law.
Front work.
Really have everybody, the community,
and do the front work and not the back work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that.
But come on,
because you solve the problem before it happens.
Prevention is better than the cure, right?
And when you look at that, I thought we were doing that.
Yeah. When I seen the MOU, I said that too. I said, hey man, y'all took the steps. Those part of the steps. It take months to draft contracts sometimes. So it is a reason there is a MOU, a memorandum of understanding, is how we're going to operate until the contract is ready.
And that's what you're talking about the time.
Yes.
Push this thing out in March, April. So now you got a shorter window.
Yes. This is a high pressure situation.
Can't wait 30 days or 60 days because we only got 120 days.
Yes.
And what I will tell you, another thing
that's right
is that you can't give somebody integrity.
Mm-hmm.
You can make nobody honor nothing. Like if people don't have integrity, there's nothing you can do. And you can only walk in your truth. Right. And so what I say, the breakdown here, because there was clear understanding, is the integrity of the other side. No, I'm just saying this is where we're at. There's integrity. There's a flaw of that you've seen, because regardless of what anybody said, I don't care if somebody else say, oh, it's messed up, this not good for you, Q. Right? If I gave you my word, and even if I was going to take the loss, it's my loss for this one because I gave you my word. And it's not only my word. Okay, we got to go. So we'll discuss again because we got to
There's a lot going on in the world.
Listen, it's a lot going on. The world is listen.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that and more when we get back. 6-7 minutes after the hour. Tag a friend, tell a friend.
I got love for you, no lie. I'll give my best, I'll try. Someday we'll touch the sky. You're an angel, little baby. Wipe all your tears away. I know it's been crazy, but keep your head up high.
Foot chase through the projects, dodging foreign objects. Street knowledge, I should've went to college. Odds stacked against me, surviving off instinct. 3 blocks from the precinct. Lil' homie caught a case, others lost family members. Product of his environment, projects produce violence in the middle of the streets, cause that's how we eat. Just I rap about the trap don't mean I ain't about peace.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United we must stand together, under God we are one. We must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams.
Peace in the streets, love to my brothers, love to my sisters. We all need each other. Children need their mothers and they need their dads. Taking a life that don't make you bad. The fact that you do that is so sad. Pocket watching, plotting on another man's cash. Pick up a book instead of picking up a gun. Increase your knowledge and that'll increase your funds. If everyone succeeds, then crime would decrease and people would live instead of resting in peace. Unity, that's what we need. Stand up and be a positive force in the community.
We are one, we must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams. We must stand together,
Must stand together.
all together as one.
As one people.
United we must
United,
stand
we shall rise.
fighting for
And you fight for me
till our race is done.
till we see God.
United we must
United, we will rise. Clap with me.
under
Clap.
God we
Clap.
are one.
Yes, sir.
We must
Clap.
fly to the
Clap.
sun.
G beat on the track, man, and I mean this is from the heart.
Not destroying
Back and forth to prison, cause my position in the ghetto is wishing. My dreams is in my hand, man, instead of so distant. Violent crimes on my record, showing judges I'm reckless. Guess they think I'm rich and young, like Young and the Restless. Every time I see a young brother rich in peace, got to be the only time when I watch TV. Cause the struggling and suffering is all I see. Besides muscling and hustling at war with heat, I point the finger at the devil, boy, for taking my peace. Cause the only way to live is to take to the streets. But they rate me as a villain for the killing and dealing. For what? My last resort to make me a living. I don't give a damn, tell them so what? I'm gonna survive even if they threaten me with life. The arms of poverty held tight, making life a fight. But in the sky, we got to unite. Keep your head in the sky.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United we must stand together, under God we are one. We must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroy.
Always previously announced.
I am not.
We changing all of that.
We have, listen, and I want to thank y'all because this year, y'all have challenged me, to be a better part of what I can be. And I appreciate y'all because this work is not for the faint at heart.
Right.
If you're having heart complications, find something else to do. Go jump out of a plane because this will kill you. This will get you.
There's a lot of commitment and dedication that goes. I always say I'm a committed person.
Yeah,
You is. You carried the team for a session now.
If you're a candidate and you're running for office, we want to say this too because 2026 is going to be a huge electoral year. If you're running for office in 2026 and you're looking for a real way to connect with the people and the community, 99 Gems, the Berg has a space for you. You can underwrite a show, build your audience, and share your message. If you want to reach out and reach the heart of St. Pete, this is where you can do it for underwriting info, rates, and to lock in your spot. Send us a message. Hit the contact us button at 99gemstheberg.com. Do that.
And what I like about it, right, because with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, we have the reach of the entire Tampa Bay area.
Yes.
Clearwater, Sarasota, Bradenton, Tampa, Greenwood, you name it. The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, we are on the sponge docks with the Greeks, man. We out there on the sponge docks, man.
But not even with this, we're called the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. But if y'all listen to us, we have callers that come from everywhere. We had
Milwaukee.
Beanie Man came in from. He was in Jamaica.
He got up real early.
You can see him in his living room.
Yeah. We got to run that one back. I think they missed Beanie Man.
They missed Beanie Man. They weren't watching.
Yeah.
The world was.
Yeah, the world.
See,
The world was watching.
see, they weren't watching. They weren't watching.
That's
Crazy.
Yeah. Still the world. So there was a mass shooting that occurred too. We want to acknowledge that on December 14th, there was a mass shooting occurred in Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia during the Hanukkah celebration. Police and officials have described the incident as a terrorist attack targeting the Jewish community. Two armed men, a 50-year-old father and his 24-year-old son, opened fire on a crowd near the beach, and at least 15 people were killed. Around 40 others were injured, according to police. And the Australian leaders, including their prime minister, described the attack as anti-Semitic and a terrorist act. And they vowed to renew gun laws and improve community safety in response. My question is this: every time these mass shootings happen, that's when this conversation about gun laws and gun reform always come up. What's your take on that?
Well, Australia have like some of the toughest gun laws.
I was just gonna say
They
that.
already did. They really.
You can't really have guns there. So that dude was like a high level guy.
Automatics are not even allowed to, like AKs and stuff like that. They're not even allowed to have them. And
the strictest gun laws in the world.
Right. And so for this to happen was kind of.
So you kind of making a point.
No, but this the sad part about it, right? So when the shooting took place, there was a young dude who tackled and took out one of the guys, like really put him down, right? And he happened to be a Muslim. So I think within this story, you can kind of see how the reality doesn't play out. The narrative doesn't play out in reality. You get what I'm saying? And this is a sad situation. And that dude came in and was really a hero. Sometimes you ain't gonna hear that part of the story. So I done heard several parts. Yes, I heard several parts. So one part did talk about the brother, and it was somebody from there. So that's probably why that part came out. It wasn't like a reprint of a story. I was listening to one of
the headline is not Muslim stops.
No, because he did like 19, 20. I think a big number of people was dead, and then a big number of people still fighting for their life. So that yes, and I think one of the ladies was one of the people. It was a big like celebration or whatever. Yes, and then so the lady who was calling in was kind of like she was there, or she was giving like maybe a first, second hand kind of review of it, and she talked about the dude and said, "Hey, I want to say thank you to the dude. Woo, 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 woo. He was a Muslim, and it speaks a lot to what's going on." I was like, "Wow." She caught my ear because I'm like, "Wow, that I didn't expect to hear that." Towards the tail end of the interview, and so I think that's important that we got to understand that we is in this together, no matter how we want to see it. And a sad situation took place, and there's a lot more sad situations taking place that we got to put our eyes and attention on, because it ain't no heroes saving them people down there in the Congo or in Libya. Ain't no heroes out there. And it's a different situation, but we all got to see ourselves.
There are, but you're not hearing about them.
Because
there is people that's out there fighting. Because I even saw like one guy, like he didn't have nothing. He picked up a rock and threw it at him. And he got shot, and he died out before help could come.
Like people really doing what they can. But what came up when you were talking earlier about the gun laws, and you mentioned just Australia's laws, that's another part of that debate. When you talk about passing laws, like most of the people who doing this stuff are not law-abiding citizens.
I always say that.
And so you just didn't say it this morning. So
that's your talking point.
So when you talk about gun laws and changing laws, like these are not law-abiding citizens. You know, so you got to change this mindset more so than laws.
That was a good one.
Oh, that was. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that was a good one, my boy.
No, because again, like
I do that
maybe once a month.
Come from the other side of the room. That was good. That was good.
When we talk about guns, what's on your mind?
Go ahead.
I've actually been thinking about getting a gun.
What?
I've been thinking about it. I mean, I'm looking at what's going on. I'm like, you know what?
Give me
because you know my household is split. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
the women on this side.
Yeah, your twin flame.
I know.
And, like,
bang bang, bang bang, bang bang.
No. It's just like I've really been thinking about it, but definitely I'm planning on learning how to use a gun, because I think that's the other part of like the fear. You know what I mean? It's just you hear what you don't understand.
You got to bust a couple shots. You got to bust a couple shells. You know what I'm saying? Get the smell. You know what I'm saying? Get your trigger finger ready. You got to get your trigger finger ready. You got to get it ready. You know about there you go.
But once you're educated,
you gonna drop it. No, you got to hold on to it.
Yeah, because like for example, in that situation in Australia when the man took the gun,
you got to know how to bang it. You got to know how to bang it. You got to bang it. Yeah. You got to know. Yeah, for real. For real. You got to know how to bang it. You got to bang it.
Know how to make it loaded.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Because I'm just gonna take it.
No, no, you're in danger. You're in
No,
danger.
if you
The
take-
object is to get out of danger.
That
So
is.
take the gun and then give separation and space between you and the assailant.
Oh my God.
So yes, we're gonna talk more about that. Man. I'm still, I ain't all the way there yet, but I.
It's what's so listen. It's what's on your mind. Wednesday, right? Call in 727-637-2416. You can say what's on your mind. You can ask some questions. If you know, we're kind of, we really are. We just talked about Australia. We talked about the episode on Monday and kind of going in depth, thanking the people who called, text, and had some questions outside. So we were doing a little bit more clarity.
Yep.
Just a little some understanding. Go ahead.
Something on my mind.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Man, big shouts out to Brother John, man, the president of Childs Park Neighborhood Association, man. But last night was amazing.
Thank you.
Mhm.
If you can go on the One Love magazine page and you can see the pictures because they up and they posted because it's a couple people got some awards, man. Y'all, what y'all had going on last night?
Man, so last night really was just the last meeting of the year, and we wanted to do a member appreciation, and so we wanted to acknowledge the partners that we work with in the community, work with in the neighborhood, and just celebrating, some of our active members, those who blaze the trail, and so we was just really just
I heard that.
taking a moment to say thank you because a lot of times you do this work, and what was clear to me last night, a lot of people don't really get that. You know what I'm saying?
We don't.
Because I'm like, wow. And it was just,
You see what I told you this morning?
Certificate and an acknowledgement, and I wanted to do so much
No,
more.
it's not. No, hold on. Let me stop
To
you.
me, I'm like,
No.
man, because you deserve so much more. So I'm thinking like,
No,
okay,
it's not
the
just.
least we can do.
It's not just a certificate. What it is because people put 10, 20 years of their life for a certificate to put on the wall. So I want you to understand, it's so much into that paper that's printed out and put into a envelope or into a whatever you put it in. But you get what I'm saying? And because in my mindset, like my biggest awards, I think it came from Childs Park. And that juiced me up. I think I'm an award-winning motherfucker now.
And that's what I've been hearing.
That juiced me up.
How many people
I
don't?
want to do so much more for the people.
It is,
man.
but you know how many people are not acknowledged for the work that
At
they do,
all.
and like they get up and just do it. Ain't nobody paying them. They ain't even thinking about billable hours, right?
They haven't even heard of billable hours until it's time to pay them. Until it's time to pay them.
They're not even thinking like.
Oh, we are 2026. I'll tell you about it.
Even if you're not charging, like if it's gonna be in kind, like people don't even understand. Like on the professional side, what they do, they just get up and do it, and ain't nobody ever just said thank you.
Right.
And so even though you say it's just a certificate, and I know that's just.
No.
Like in my mind,
man,
like you're saying it like
I want to see Oprah Winfrey. You get a card,
right?
I know.
I know you would too.
Some of the needs that these people have, and it's like if I can help you with your needs, if I can help you really, I really want to help you. So this is.
But you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing
it.
You're doing it, man. Don't undercut or undervalue the work you're doing because. It's like you making magic, man. I'm seeing other people pop up like you did the Gremlins. Don't feed them after midnight. They done fed this boy after midnight and they popping out. They just popping out everywhere.
And I feel good, like to be able to see, Fusion 49, right, and like Nancy, and then Teresa Lynn and the board, and then having One Community Grocery Co-op, with Madam President, Erica Hardison, Erica Hall, and just even just like seeing you're right, it's like these. I think about it like that. Being able to see how and then people actually holding the spaces because these spaces are hard to hold.
And this is work, bro. You're able to like really distill the work down to the basics of it, right? That's why you always like, it's easy because you're distilling it down, but it's still potent. Right. It's still potent, even though it's distilled. And I think that like last night was big for me. You know what I'm saying? Big shots out the Cubs, man. Everybody was there, man. Listen.
We had the city St. Pete Aquatics Department.
Man, listen. Tell the story. You tell them.
No, go ahead.
You tell them. No, you tell them.
Tell them about the gun.
Tell them.
Now, once you start talking, you finna No, I ain't.
So we recognize the city of St. Pete Aquatics Department. And, the director.
Friday night done right.
because Friday Night Done Right is centered around like the location is the pool,
Right.
And so when we went
During
to
the
her,
summer, just if people don't know, but go ahead.
So during the summer,
Yep, you're right. That's right.
So we do a program. Let me back up. We do a program every summer for the last 9 years called Friday Night Done Right, where we provide meals, free admission to the pool.
Yes.
A little bit of entertainment and just chaperoning the children, creating a safe space so they have something to do on the Friday. And
creating they back in the days.
That's exactly what the intention is. Right. So when they grow up, they can say, "Hey, man, I remember
back in the days."
Done Right. And so we acknowledged the aquatics department and Brandy because she was, we blazed the trail together.
She was the head of Child's Park Pool.
Yeah.
And so that's who we had to work through.
Yeah. To get it done.
Yeah. That's how because we had to.
You tell me
because because it was big for me because I see her growth, right? And then even in her growth, this goes back to when she was working at the pool.
As a matter of fact, she was part-time.
She was going to school and doing all the things she do. Yeah.
She was a school teacher, full-time,
right,
and then part-time working at the pool, and so we were doing that in Child's Park together. And I'm telling you, it's a relationship that you have. First, you talking about because we had like
how we gonna do it? Yeah, y'all ain't gonna have all these kids just pop.
And then you ain't gonna just let them in free. Let them in free. It was like a lot.
We worked. We did good work, man.
We got pictures, but we had a line of kids
around the whole thing,
and it was like,
we can't do this, y'all. It's too many. We need 5 adults to every 10 kids or something. We learned the ratios. So and it was important learning lessons because we just trying to break the knob now.
We telling parents,
we just trying to break the knob.
The other part of it too was people was like giving us criticism, like, "Oh, you need to make the parents come." And if the parents don't come, and we like, "Well, we not doing."
Yeah, we ain't making no stipulations.
Like, parents need a good night off on Friday nights too. You know what I'm saying? And so
it ain't but 4 hours, 3 hours. We really taking those hours after school when the kids got nothing to do and giving them something to do. So you heard the statistic. After school, the 4-5 hours after school is the most dangerous hours for kids that are at risk, and especially in the summer. So the idea
they out of school, they don't even go.
Right. No, but even then,
them hours.
But so again, it was just amazing to do it, and like you said, to see her growth because she went from being the part-time manager to now she's the director, and I don't know if that's the right title, maybe administrative manager. So she hired with the aquatics department in the city, and what she was telling us last night just warmed my heart because she's talking about how being in those spaces, the impact that program has had over the last 9 years.
Oh yes.
How stuff that you don't see. Again, I'm thinking, okay, we just doing something, but then you hear about like how it's really impacting the city and other pools and other people and other communities are being inspired to do it because we not only do the free space, we donate towels.
Oh yeah, man! This is a whole operation now. There's a Friday Night Done Right operation underway where they're gonna be showing movies and they ain't necessarily gonna be about the pool, right? Because it has grown to that.
They're doing it now. I think we saw. Last year it was like a state
summer. It was this summer.
This past summer. So that Friday night thing that they're doing, they're calling it something else, but it's really
that's good.
It's just really just a spin-off.
It was a movie being played in the gym. They was doing something else. The pool was open. It was like, hey, come hang out.
And I appreciate Brandy for saying you all started this because so often you see this stuff and nobody will say, hey, that's what y'all did, right? They did. They got that from you. Like I'm in the room and they saying they got that from y'all, but then they never come and tell us that they got it from us. And so just to hear that last night was like, wow, this is
and people will take credit for your stuff.
No, it ain't nothing because this is part of what we want to do now. So this ain't intellectual theft on this department. So right, we're gonna call out the thievery when we see it. But we know this is part of impact. We want to have this impact. This is part of what we want to do. I remember the first time we passed the hat around to pay for them kids to go to pool, and we said it. We say, don't worry about it, y'all. We ain't gonna have to keep doing this.
Right.
Once they find out we pass the hat around the paper. How many kids out there? Hey man, what you got? What you got? What you got? What you got?
Pass the hat text.
Bro.
That didn't just stop.
We for real. We passed the hat and paid for them kids and the food, the hot dogs. We got the beef dogs, the best beef dogs, the kosher beef dogs, the kosher beef dogs. We had the boy. We ain't even play with them people.
bro, Johnny,
Man, we ain't play with them people, man.
No, because
Them cheap old hot dogs. I hate them cheap hot dogs.
They is so nasty. Like who goes
And buy the cheapest hot dogs you can find.
You got all this other.
That's
stuff.
what they want to feed us. Well, what we did, we went and got the good stuff. It was, and I really appreciate the homies, right? Like you say, Reed. It was like 8 of us, right? And I really,
Royce, Joe.
Thank you. See, I wasn't gonna remember nothing.
Yeah, I'm just calling the ones that I can remember from the pictures.
Yeah, see, that's why I passed the ball back to him.
Because I remember we all, it was like one of them meetings. We met up at the tree. At the lake. We got together. We just called the brothers. We was like, "Hey, man, we need everybody to just come out and let's talk about what's going on." And it was like, "What can we do?" And we was like, "Okay, well, Friday nights the pool, da 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 da." And then we started asking, like, "Okay, what you got on it?" And literally passed the hat. Brothers made donations, and we was able to put people in. Shout out to Jeff and the Catalyst. They actually started doing it now
because they do it at Wildwood.
Yeah, big shout out to Dave. They do it at on Campbell Park.
All right.
So now this is what I'm talking about, baby. This is what I'm talking about, baby.
So like every kid in their community on the south can go to the pool.
And so since we write in history, because this was a part of the whole idea was to have a back in the days for the kids that we're putting together intentionally as adults, saying, "Hey, what's going to be the big thing for them?" And we need to continue this thought process. Like they don't do dances, they don't do little clubs and stuff. We gonna talk about it a little farther because I don't know what I'm saying. We ain't worked it out, and we ain't
gonna build the plan.
No,
we will.
We stopping you right now.
I know.
But we'll announce it coming up 2026.
Shut up.
But I like that. Here's a framework for those of you who are looking to get involved and do something in the community. Think about it this way. What can you do to create a back in the day experience for the youth and the children that's in the community? Answer that question.
Yeah, it's so much. It's so much. Because I remember, like, even when Cheyenne was in high school and middle school, I started doing teen dance.
I remember.
I did teen dances.
You told me.
And I remember when I went to teen dances, you know what I mean? And because you wanted to be a safe space. And
remember the parents that used to do the teen dances, they used to always be the cool parents.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You do. Because what happened is and you got to know the kids. And so if you're going to do anything for the children, I will tell you this. Get to know the kids that's out there if you can.
And I want to say this. That's the problem. We have services that don't get to know the people they're servicing, right? It becomes an issue. Like we're in the holiday season right now. Everybody want to give, and everybody got giving on their heart. Well, give the 99 Jams. Give to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. That's what you do. But no, that wasn't where I was going. But for real, as we are attempting to service people, we have to get to know who we're serving. That's why directly impacted people matter so much in philanthropy, in organizing, in culture, in business.
And that's important.
It's the most important thing. You have business people who build their business plan around that. Right? Ultra successful people come out with them type of plans because when you really have people who understand what it's like to be on that other side of that giving tree or on the other side of that pain, right? That helped me serve you better, right? If I've been hungry and sleep, it's gonna help me give you this cover. I'm gonna make sure this cover ain't dirty. I'm gonna do things that a person who hasn't slept on the street gonna think about doing.
That's the story of when we was at Trolley Market. Me and my wife, we took a guy some stuff that we had, and he was like, "I appreciate it, but I can't really use this stuff because I ain't thinking like
sleeping from on the corner.
What you gonna do with a jug of milk?
Yeah,
you like what you gonna do with a box of bread? Like he like, man, look, we need something that we can grab and go so we can wrap up. But if you're not having those kind of conversations, if you done got with your team and you got a whole bunch of jugs of milk, and now you finna just go flood the streets with milk. You got to talk to the people who directly and they'll inform you on what's really needed and what's really wanted. So,
and like even especially when you're doing stuff with the teams, one of the reasons why like my parties was successful and I didn't really have a lot of problems because the kids saw me, and they would tell them like, "Oh, this Miss Kiana party, we ain't gonna act up today." They knew I respected them, they respected me. So when they came in, they squashed that beef. Now they might have went down the street later on,
That's right. They did.
and did it. So
No, that's right. I see Kurt Donnelly in here. Kurt,
A big shout out to Kurt, man.
Sounds like fun, Kurt. Kurt, I hope you're doing well, man. So just what's on your mind Wednesday? We talking about giving people their flowers. Kurt Donnelly,
give him his flowers.
Kurt Donnelly was the one who had everybody that I know on the new Jim Crow.
Yes, no. Kurt was the Kona president.
He was president of Kona.
He was president of Kona, and he was really trying to change Kona. Right? He was really reaching out into the community because that's how.
Yeah, and I knew him. I think before he became president of Kona. I don't know how we met. Kurt, call us, man, if you up and you want to tell a story time this morning. But we was doing. We just was working in the community. It was part of the Stop the Violence movement.
Yep.
And we was doing the STV 12 or Super Cat, and then he started introducing these other considerations. Like, okay, you talking about violence. He would frame it around the conditions that create
violence. Yep.
And then the response to it. And then when he got the new Jim Crow, like that became his gospel. And he, man,
and New Deal came out of that thought process.
He was just like
really of solutions.
But he showed us, just what was really happening with mass incarceration. And so then you start having, if you think about this, Kurt, after you started doing that tour, that's when you started seeing more conversations about returning citizens and people coming, even the language around.
You don't remember we did the weed forum with Kurt and Sheriff Garcier? Yeah, Puff Pass. Yeah. Y'all know who was behind that, right?
Yeah, that's when weed was on the ballot, and we were split on the issue.
We were split. Listen, so this is how it came out into real practicality. Yeah. So our conversation turned into, let's do a forum. Well, I know somebody.
Yeah. I gotta frame it right. So we talk a lot. We have a lot of conversations, and we debating at some point through those conversations. What's up, Rick? Thank you. We were talking about you.
Yeah.
Glad you're here. That's one of the people who originators of Friday Night Done Right. So we having this conversation about marijuana on the ballot. He on one side of it. I'm on
which side you think I'm on?
Yeah.
I'm the one who cut the Christmas tree down. I canceled Christmas by this thing.
Like, oh, man, it ain't gonna be good. And he like, it's gonna be great. And so we was like, okay, what we gonna do? We'll have a forum. And inform the community, and we brought people from both sides of it.
Now look at the extremes of these two people. Now,
we had Kurt Donnelly, and then we had the sheriff.
Kurt used to live on top of the dirty. Yeah. I'm just pointing out there to let you know the spectrum we was on.
But we had a huge forum.
Yep.
But it started with conversations like that, and I think that speaks to our relationship too. Like, we don't just sit around under the trees and like have these wild ideas.
Oh yeah, we put them in work.
We put them in work.
Ideas
to
action.
I have a question then. So no, I have a would you rather.
Okay.
Go.
So, would you rather have a strong community programs or strong community leaders?
Ooh. We don't gotta pick and food. We ain't gotta pick and food. We need both of them. We need food and. Do you want to breathe or do you want to go starve to death? So I think the strong leaders will create strong programming. So give me strong leaders. I think oftentimes we put the chicken before the egg, right? But we got to understand, the chicken lay the egg.
I thought the macaroni was soggy, the peas was all mushy, and the chicken tastes like wood. That's what I thought, but it's chicken lay the egg.
So if anybody watch Get Rich, Die,
no, I ain't seen it.
No, you Get Rich, Die Trying, whatever it is, right? And in there, Terrence Howard say something like, when I could have been wrong, I might have been right.
But since then I'm right. Yeah,
I'm right, but I could have been wrong. But because I could have been wrong, that means I could have been right. So that means I'm always right. Stuff like that. That's what Mr. Emmett just did.
Chicken lay the egg. So put it in the chat. Let us know. Would you rather have strong community programs or strong community leaders? That's a tough one.
It is.
That's a tough one. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with strong programs.
What?
I'm gonna go with strong.
No, man, I gotta stop you right there.
Yeah, and then he tell you said the chicken laid the egg and then the egg might
My
come.
brother. I'm gonna go with programs.
And I know why you probably gonna say
Why?
that. Let him talk.
Because leaders come and go, and when you always looking for a leader, that's where you got to have character. You got to. It's so much that come with being a leader.
And who teaches that?
But if you have the right program, you can plug and play the people, and you got the right systems. You can put the pieces in, and the system will run.
But
I think the program.
But who creates the program?
Design it right.
Who creates the program? And then who? Oh no.
We
So
design it.
and then who those people are now?
Yeah.
Who they become?
But everybody,
They are the leaders.
Some
So
of
it
them
took
are.
the leaders to make the
So think
program.
about this. When you have, I saw this analogy where they had like the geese, how they fly,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have one that's in the front that'll set the pace, but then that one will fall back and another one come up because they all have the same vision, they all have the same program, they all got the same mindset. So when one is in front, like they all have the ability to be in front, but in our community, we always looking for the leader. And then when we see a flaw in the leader, now we got a problem with the leader, the program stuff.
I mean,
want to support the program.
I mean, you talking about something now. I hear you. What you?
I'm gonna go with a strong program.
Which one you
If
said?
the leader mess up, it's all right.
Yeah,
Like, okay,
yeah, because the program good. I hear you. Okay, I yield a little bit, not all the way, but I hear you.
I'm going with Brother John on this.
Man, how you gonna sit back and watch and then now you gonna pick sides?
Question.
Okay, you gonna go with Brother
No,
John.
and the only reason why I'm gonna say that is it's just like any job. If you
Had a program in place,
if you have the system in place,
Yeah,
a
it's gonna
strong
work.
leadership, if you lead properly, you should be able to walk away and that business still run the way that it needs. So if you have a strong program, regardless who up there leading, if they walk away, come back, the program should keep on moving properly.
And I think the design will help you spot help the leaders develop, and it'll also help the ones who not fit for those positions.
Right.
It'll allow you to identify them quickly and put them in another position. Not throw them away, but it's sometimes we have leaders that are good at leading some things, but they're not good at leading programs.
Right.
Like they may be able to get you fired up, get you rallied, get you excited, but then you put them over a program, and that's not what they're good at. And so I think having a strong program with a great design would be senior to, if I had to choose one, because I see exactly what y'all saying in the chat. That's what let's start with Miss Teresa. Miss Teresa says strong community programs led by strong leaders, right? UB says the programs are bigger than the leaders. Mama Blue said we need leaders to run programs for the purpose and not just for the money. And this is the one that stood out for me with Tiffany. She said both are equally important. You definitely need strong community programs, but you also need strong community leaders too. And so I unite with that too. But the would you rather, like if you had to choose one, then I would start with the program, and you design the program right, and I think the leaders will emerge. So
you see how they design these programs and people dead and they still running them.
They do.
The ultimate program
is structural racism. And then a lot of times our programs, we talk about strong leaders, but sometimes they design the program around the leader.
Yeah.
And then when the leader gone, people
your program over.
Yeah, the program.
So okay, I was wrong then. I don't want to hear that. Is it would you rather? So I would rather go with y'all.
Yeah. Well, we on this boat together.
We in this thing together. You got some politics with Mr. Edmund?
Man, okay, we can talk politics.
He don't want to.
I do. I got some politics.
Man. Okay.
So yeah. So the Tropicana's field site, I mean, the historic gas plant site has come back up in the news, and investors are going to keep they're gonna keep working.
And I think they have a January deadline, right? I know they extended the deadline for requests for proposals, after they got the unsolicited bid, do we know if any other bids have been?
I think some more bids have come in,
Okay.
and then some of the investors that's around the development is moving forward with some of their development plans, saying that
they passing the hat too, right?
yes. I got this from the St. Pete Catalyst. They say St. Pete investor launches gas plant redevelopment bid. Thomas Whitley Blake is preparing new offer for the historic gas plant district, currently home of Tropicana Field. And you know, it's all good. I think it's gonna be some good proposals may come, but I still think that we should have went into the proper RFP process where it would have been like a wake up call or alert sent out to all the big time developers. You know what I mean? Because they have software that looks for RFPs, like the big dogs. Yeah, they have a software that's connected to their and our average people don't know about this, but they have it connected to their email. And when a new RFP comes up that's of their caliber, it pops up and populates for them, and then they review it and then they decide. But when you don't do the RFP, that doesn't happen. Okay, because they got the RFP that was sent out 2 years ago or whenever it was sent out. They don't have the new one because the new one was never sent out. You understand what I'm saying? And then people think when I'm saying that I'm trying to take shots. I'm like, no, there's software.
Even if you just relaunch the old one.
Thank you. There's software. It alerts the software. And if you don't alert the software, guess what? You're going to be limited. Because the big dogs who are looking for that aren't going to see it.
I hear that. No, and that makes sense because what you want when you have a project of this scope, you want a bunch of bids.
Yes.
You don't want 2 or 3
because that makes it competitive. That's called capitalism.
Yeah, you want a bunch of people to be bidding for it because now that puts you in a stronger position to negotiate.
It does.
But if you only got 2 bids,
hey, the two people down around the corner,
30 offers.
Listen, 2 people around the corner.
Yeah.
If you only got the 2 people around the corner, they're actually sizing you up.
Yeah.
Because they actually know you better. Right. Yeah. So this new guy, he's gonna give you an amazing offer. He doesn't really know. He's gonna do his market research. He's gonna do his all the stuff. But it's gonna be a different look because it's not the guy around the corner.
So even if you just change the date, time, and the line, say, okay, we relaunching this RFP, we doing requests for proposals. That makes sense. All right, what else you got, man?
Oh man.
Venezuela, that's been on your mind. I know you were talking about Venezuela at one point.
Oh, thank you for saying that, brother John. So Venezuela, the you know the president who won fairly, was evacuated. They say she was under threat of her life, and a mercenary group went over there and rescued her on a boat.
Yeah, because Trump trying to get them. Like he really trying to get them resources. Like Venezuela is in his scope.
That's why they're using it. I think they're using this.
Wiggs is trying to get them.
Listen, I think they're using this as a pretext to an invasion. But Venezuela
fentanyl things because I thought he's declared fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction.
Well, then they got to go fight China then because that's China and it's coming from China and Mexico. That's the China connection. Okay. Because that's a processed drug. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's chemically made in a factory and shipped out. And it is that and that K2 weed, that is war. That's warfare. They have made this stuff in the factory and deployed it to the world.
But when you look at it, when they say about the fentanyl and what did he make it as?
Weapon of mass destruction.
And when I look at that, it's still gonna attack the black and brown people.
Yeah, I think it's always meant for that.
I'm just saying it even heightens it.
I hear you, yeah.
And so where you saying like, no, you need to look at the people that really manufacture it and bringing it in. They're gonna get the people who end up not knowing it's in there, selling it, and you know, boom, 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 and now we're gonna see more people in prison.
I mean, I think,
and not the right people in my mind. Not saying they shouldn't go to jail. But you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? No, I get it. Yeah. And I think in other local news, St. Petersburg grants Tangerine Plaza developers a year-long extension after nearly 2 years of debate and pleading from community members. The city council voted 6-2 in favor of the Sugar Hill Group. And I think they should. I think it was a great thing. We talked about it. And if you had missed it, you can go to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club and we rebroadcast it live.
Yeah, we actually showed the vote.
And it was a debate. It was a real situation. I don't know, should it really have been though?
I don't think
Should
so.
it have been a debate?
Yeah.
I think they could have just did that without all of the
hoop hop.
Yeah, the hoop hop and hubbub.
Well, we got to end the year with a bang.
Yeah,
he's gonna let you.
They do stuff like this on what they call a consent agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's an agenda that they debate, and then there's an agenda where they just look at it and say, okay, yeah, this makes sense. We just
that's what they do. That's how they do all the lawsuits.
Yeah. Some lawsuits make it where they have them discussed. But a lot of that stuff is on consent. Like a lot of these, when you look at the consent agendas, consent A and consent B, a lot of the procurement stuff, a lot of the money is being spent on the consent agenda. You know what I mean? So like, just if you get, I'll share a link. We talked about it. We're gonna do a training where we're gonna actually walk through and show y'all some of this stuff.
Okay.
I think going forward, y'all really need to pay attention because there's opportunities and offers that are being approved
on the consent agenda
that you probably don't know about, and if you did, you might be able to put you a bid in.
Right.
You know, when those bids come up. I'm talking about like the toilet paper and the IT software. And the paint supplies.
So we need to talk about that.
A lot of that money that's being spent to do the work in the city, that stuff is approved by council, but it's approved in one vote on what they call the consent.
Right, and they just push it on through.
It's like, you make a motion to approve the consent agenda, and it's 30 items on there.
Question: do you have an Ask Kiana?
I do.
Oh,
I do. So all right. So ask Kiana. Is that it for Politics with Mr. Edmond? All right. Thank you, Mr. Edmond, for that. Again, Politics with Mr. Edmond brought to you by OneLoveMagazine.com. Ask Kiana. And Ask Kiana is brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op, OCGC.coop. We actually on a push to get 300 members.
Yes. Where are you at? Members.
Come
What's
on.
Your member owner number?
Be a part of the foundation.
Come on now. Because I mean, we'll let you in afterwards, but we gonna every now and then tell you we was the ones that were shooting in the gym. And you wasn't with us when we were shooting in the gym. All right, so dear Kiana, I spent $80 on 4 buckets of chitlins getting ready to cook for a family function. I cleaned them, prepped them, had the whole plan ready. My girl doesn't eat them and says the smell makes her sick. So while I was at work, she threw the entire batch in the trash without even telling me. When I asked what happened, she said she warned me not to bring that funk in her house and that I should have known better. Now I'm mad because that was money and time wasted and I feel completely disrespected. She says it's not that deep, but am I tripping or was she out of line?
You not tripping. I feel like
you gotta respect the man chitlins.
So wait, here's the question. How do you balance respecting your partner's preferences without compromising your own traditions and family obligations?
You gotta
to be honest. So here you go to compromise. Like, I think it's very disrespectful for somebody to throw away something that you didn't buy, you didn't purchase, you didn't clean, you didn't do nothing.
Even if it stank up the house?
That's very
even if it killed me and I die in the morning.
You don't have to eat. I just think that's just disrespectful on all levels.
Okay.
No,
that's just like if you buy your Christmas tree. I don't like the smell of the Christmas tree, and then you come home, it's all in the garden.
You better not. You better not. You better not. Everybody know right from wrong. Everybody know right from wrong, and you know that's wrong. You know that's wrong. Hey, you know you're wrong. Hey, but what I will say, you can't. Chitlins is a different kind of stink. That is, listen. That you know. Do you know what chitlins is?
Yeah,
it's intestines. It's pig intestines. You know what your intestines? You know what's inside of the intestines?
Boo boo. Right?
And that's why when they clean the boo boo.
How you clean boo boo? I never.
Well, they
let them soak.
I never understood.
They let it soak.
Back to it.
They let it soak out for the job.
It's not about what he was cooking.
Okay.
It's the disrespect to. It's the principle on it. Like that's just like if she buy lipstick or perfume and he don't like it, and he goes in there and take all of it and throw. Didn't I tell you not to wear lipstick?
Well, she done made the conditions of the relationship then. She done opened up the door. Yeah, she done opened the door then. Because them chitlins, listen, them chitlins is something special.
It is, but okay, so
It's special kind of nasty.
But I will tell you the compromise for this because it is a conversation, and then if she doesn't want that smell,
It's a conversation.
I will tell you to compromise. Like if you like chitlins, you like chitlins. Go to your mama. Go to somebody else's house.
You ain't tell the man to go to his mama house.
No, because you can't.
I mean, that's
Like if that's
She don't like shit. She don't like the smell of chitlins either. She just want to play.
if you got how many pounds she said?
He said he had 4 buckets of chitlins.
So
So that's $20 a bucket.
Why would you even buy that?
Because
So he
somebody,
could, I mean, you 4 buckets of chitlins, you probably feed a lot of people.
right, and there's somebody who like chitlins, like
Oh,
you know.
buckets of chitlins? He must be selling chitlins. Now, see, he left a very important part of the story out. He left a very important part of the story out.
If he's selling them and you threw away $80 worth
Oh,
of
yeah.
dollars, this
Yeah.
is going into our
Yeah,
household.
nice. Now you done crossed the line.
$80 on chitlins is shocking. Bunch of chitlins, bro. But they come in buckets, right?
Yeah.
You got.
I guess, yeah.
I've never bought a bucket of chitlins.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I ain't bought a pot of chitlins.
Yeah. Oh my God! What you saying?
But no, I would say the compromise.
The wrinkles and the wrinkles.
I remember
That's intestine.
Yeah.
My mama used to be cooking chitlins, and I hated it.
Mhm.
The funk was in the house while cleaning, not when it was in the fridge. He said she wanted to establish power.
Ooh, the phone was not in the house when it was in the fridge. Now hold on. See, the story getting deeper.
Right.
Because it's ice cold chitlins don't stink. Do ice cold chitlins stink?
You don't smell them until you start to
You
cook.
start trying to clean.
Until the boo start.
When you start to cook them, yeah.
You do it like that for real?
I'm telling you, that's what you squeeze the boo.
Oh!
So how you clean your chitlins?
I don't know. I never cleaned them.
I
never cleaned. No, everybody can't cook chitlins. My mama
So-
always say that.
We are in the age of information, y'all.
Yeah.
Back in the days, people didn't understand this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even though we were cleaning, because grandma used to do this prep work, right?
Okay.
So you didn't really understand.
Yeah.
But now that you know better,
Come on, man.
are you eating on Christmas? Are you eating chitlins? Ask the question, Brother John. Put it in the comments. I want to know who eating
Now that you
chitlins.
know better.
Now that you know better, after you've heard what chitlins is, are you eating them for Thanksgiving?
I will tell you. So listen, my family is split on it.
On
Some
chitlins?
some people eat it, some people don't.
Yeah.
It's just something that they like. They do it. They get some chitlins with some hot sauce and some. And
They gotta be cooked right though.
They gotta be cooked right.
They-
They gotta be.
I had a conversation. I went to shout out to Rise, the youth program, and I spoke to the teens that's a part of Rise, and we were having a conversation about life and purpose. And I don't know how they did a break. They took the break, and they was doing pizza, and they had like ham and pepperoni on the pizza, and before they did it, because they know, Brother John ain't eating ham. So they took a shot, I know you don't eat this ham, but I'm going to eat it anyway. And I'm like, okay, we were just talking about purpose.
Right.
And living to fulfill your purpose. So what if it take 100 years of your life to fill your purpose? And you know that what you're eating is going to cut your life short. What's more important? You know what I'm saying? Like your desire to have this pepperoni.
Oh no,
your desire to eat this,
but no,
your desire to live.
Hold on, Brother John.
To fulfill your purpose.
This is not a decision that we make on our own. There has been a chemical warfare on us and our products actually producing an addiction that's 5 and 10 times more addictive than cocaine.
Yeah.
Right.
Anytime we talk about food, you're gonna always come back to the connection between food and cocaine. If y'all don't know why we laugh, you gotta watch some episodes. It's like a running theme.
No, but no, listen.
Show y'all not gonna get it at all.
You have to hear this, dog.
What they put in it.
Yeah.
It is specific
Kirk Donnelly, you got a witness too. Look, Kirk Donnelly saying sugar is worse than cocaine.
See, they been laughing at me, Kirk. Hold on. They been laughing at me, Kirk. I've been because y'all making me laugh. Listen,
it's like the cousin of cocaine.
and really because cocaine has a bad name in our community, and I'm trying to bring it to a likeness of something you don't necessarily like. Some people like cocaine. All right to the cokeheads. I'm good with y'all. But all I'm saying, I don't have a problem with y'all. But I'm just but
cancel about the cocaine.
No, to my dogs. No. I'm rocking with them people. But but that addiction to that sugar is worse. See what I'm saying? See how they fooled us? Look how bad they fooled us. They would take you to jail for a product, and then the 10 times X product is on the counter and you're giving it to your children.
It's kind of like
now deeply think about that.
Now I'll go back and grab that clip. No, in all seriousness, what you just said is
it's true.
And we're not invalidating or minimizing that for real. Like these processed foods and these processed products are extremely addictive.
So they
do that
intentionally.
And here's the thing, what I'm saying is the choices that we make to pick these products up. And what you're saying is like in some cases you want to not do it, but you hooked on it.
Yes. You have an addiction that there is no solution for because there is no addiction for this stuff. There is no stop the drugs for this stuff. Right? There is no rehab groups where you can talk to people because I just love the smell of
sugar.
Yes.
Sugar,
whatever,
So just
but
to
you gotta talk to the doctor about your
diabetes and all that.
But ain't nobody telling you about the
like
front end of it.
Yes.
What's the substitutes that you can put in place of that sugar?
Exactly.
Wean you off of sugar so that you don't,
especially high processed sweeteners.
So just to bring it back to Mr. Edmond, if it ain't his cousin or his brother, it's his sister-in-law.
they in the family.
I don't even do that because this is real. This is very important.
Yes, because
especially now when we talking about the context, like we about to see all of these get-togethers, these family.
That's what. Thank you, brother John.
And so when you look,
this is a timely conversation.
When you're looking at what's on the table at your family gathering, be mindful that if you're again,
look at the family ailments.
Look at the ailments,
and then you look at the plate again.
Yeah, you talk about running your family. It might be a recipe that's in your family that you need to throw away. Because
that's a good old recipe.
that banana pudding recipe.
You wondering why
clogging your arteries.
Family dying at 62, 63, 64, and the oldest person in your family was 85. You know what I'm saying? And again, the point that I'm making is when we live your life on purpose, you don't know how long it's going to take for you to do it. Like the work that we're doing is purposeful and intentional.
Yeah, you don't know how long it takes.
If it take 80 years, if it take 90 years, if it take 120 years,
and you only got 60 in
you got 60 years in, and you can add years by changing the way you eat, then why wouldn't you do that if this purpose really matters to you? You know what I'm saying? So that temporary pleasure of like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna eat these chitlins with my hot sauce because I like the taste. What you're sacrificing is time with your children, time with your grandchildren, seeing your great grandchildren. You know what I mean? So contextualizing that, like, do you want to see your children's children's children and what their future looks like?
And if
you do, then you're gonna have to make some changes.
And what happens is the people that do make the changes, and the other, because there are some people that don't listen. I gotta die anyway.
Listen, but that's also the drug. But that's the drugs in them. That same thing that the crackheads say.
Yeah.
See, now imagine that. Yeah. Now imagine that. Imagine when you have a conversation that matches the crackhead conversation. Oh yeah, I'm gonna die anyway. Might as well have a good time. You only live one.
When people have that mindset, what I realize there's nothing.
You right though.
No.
I bet you the doctor, not even the doctor, because people go to the doctor and have sugar and they will be dying. Yeah.
People die, get seen them come back from Narcan, have ventilators in their chest, and all that other stuff, like over. And as somebody said, I know what to do next time.
Oh, to keep from dying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what to do for next time. And so, like, I just think if you die and you come back to life,
what more do you need? But that speaks to the power of addiction, right? The addiction carves out a spot in your brain. Yeah. It eats out a spot in your brain, and then you got to understand. And we unaddicted. got to see the addiction in others, or also notice the addiction in
I
us.
think everybody addicted to something.
Oh yeah, we all got addictions. Yeah.
I think what we ought to do, this is a good segue. You know, we action based. You know, we have the Hope Doctor, Dr. Basha Jordan.
Mhm.
Yes.
He actually does a lot of work around
We
addiction
1
and
minute
people
in.
in recovery. And so maybe we can get Dr. Jordan in at some point
Mhm.
to really talk about it and really shine a light on addiction
Mhm.
and not just drug addiction, but let's talk about addiction in context to like all of these things.
Yeah.
Because you can have some good addictions, like
Yeah.
people who hooked on working out.
Yeah.
And so addiction is get a bad name too. It's just
Right.
what are you addicted
Mhm.
to? And really frame
What's
it.
your addiction?
What's your addiction?
We got a
What you hooked
final
on?
thoughts, y'all.
But thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. Kendrick, brother Kendrick, you can email us at Tampa Bay Breakfast Club Tampa Bay Breakfast Club at Gmail, because he's asking about promo and how they can get on.
Yes, yes, sir,
Send
bro.
us the email and we'll respond with in kind. Or you can just get in the inbox. And
I'm telling you, you already got direct connect.
Yeah, just get in the inbox and we'll make it happen. But thank you for your inquiry. He wants to know how he can advertise and underwrite shows on the Breakfast Club. So appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for everything. It's 9 o'clock. Up next is
Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes.
And shout all around the room.
This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edman.